Good afternoon. It's Sunday Fun Day time. I love Sunday Fun Day. I love going live on Sundays at noon Pacific Daylight Time. And again, my name is Kristin Davies, and I have been on this path of mediumship for over 15 years. But basically, I've been giving readings for almost 2 years now. It's been quite a journey. I've enjoyed it immensely. When there's something greater within you, you know that there's like a purpose. There's a strong, hi guys, I'm coming on a little early, but I know, everybody takes their time coming on. So, So I'm talking about when you know that there's this greater purpose within you. You're meant for something pretty big, but you don't necessarily know what that is. That went on for, I don't know, like 12 years before I came to the point where my angels, reached out to me and said, would you like relay our messages? And at first I was like, no, but you can't let the fear hold you back. You just can't. Life is too short, as people say, and I love being able to help others. And oh wonderful, you've been following me on YouTube and finally you're here. Woohoo! So those of you who are here with me, you know that I am coming live, and I'm coming live in a space on Facebook. And the reason why I use Facebook is because it is able to allow me to bring everybody together in my group called Intuitive Angel Messages. So this is what it looks like on Facebook. If you would like to come and join us, only a short 12 years. It's no big deal. Some people have, they've waited like maybe a year or two. But, back then the energy was a lot different. It was slower. It was moving at a slower pace. It just wasn't the right time. There is such a thing as divine timing, and I played it out in my own personal life. So today we are going to be channeling Jesus. And for those of you who know me, you know that I'm not religious. I'm very spiritual. And it was an easy stretch for me to see that Mother Mary was very much at my friend's house, and it was an easy stretch for me to chat with her from time to time. But then when Jesus stepped forward, just there, not conversing with me, and then the next time conversing with me, I can hear him laughing. Oh, geez, I wasn't interested because it tied in with religion and so on and so forth. And that never resonated with me. But again, if it does resonate with you, go for it. Go for it. Whatever resonates with you, whatever you have a heart-to-heart connection with, go for it. Just go. For me, it just wasn't that pull. And even when Jesus stepped forward, I did the skeptical side eye. But moving forward within the first few seconds of him conversing with me, he just said the right things. And the right things were, you don't have to see me in a religious way. And I'd like you to see me as your big brother in spirit, here to help you. Okay. So I thought about it for a month. I'm glad I didn't walk away from that. How can you? Because what attracts me to Jesus is his energy. Not only his energy, But if you're going to converse with an energy or a person or anything, okay, for me, it's really important how they feel. And number two, what they're saying to me. So it was very clear that the guidance coming from Jesus was so just bang on. I mean, you learn from him, you grow from him. He's here helping us, but he's also here teaching us. I mean, oh, thank you. I feel very high vibrational today, but then again, I feel pretty good a lot of the time. So, but that's why I feel so strongly to help everyone connect with their angels and their spiritual team, their spirit guides. And that's why, I put together the last Mediumship for Beginners course, which was, what a ride that was. It was amazing. Amazing. Everybody was so high vibrational and everybody was so magnificent, and just, even if you hung back and just watched, and then there was, the core of you that stepped forward and practiced. Oh my goodness. It was amazing to see the changes in people. A lot of people don't know this, but when you come into my mediumship courses, there's a major cleansing going on. So the high vibrational frequency that's getting ready to practice channeling through you, along with the other steps that we converse about, is actually removing any layers that need to be transmuted. And so I think a lot of people weren't ready or anticipating that. And but wow, was it ever amazing. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Love that course so much. Was the best ever. Really. I mean, really. I'm always one that says you get out of whatever you're going into by way of what you put into it. So even if you hung back and you practiced on your own, you're putting something into it. But it's really important. Whatever you're going for, what are you putting into it? Yeah, it was just amazing. There was a lot of shifts of positive frequency in that course, and a lot of growth. I have pinned all of my, all of the reviews up at the very top of my Facebook page. So for those of you that haven't been over to my Facebook page, you can go over to Facebook and you can type in Kristin Davies page. So you can go there, and at the very top are, I think, about 20 reviews, maybe 22, of how everybody felt. And I think that's really important. Having reviews is important. And if you want people to know how you felt, it's important to leave a review. I feel the same way. So if I go out and about, I'm leaving reviews. I'm letting people know. Yeah. You would love to talk with Jesus as well. Yeah. And here I could, and I didn't want to. So what does that say? What it says is that even if you can't directly hear his guidance, he's there with you. The second you start talking with him is the second he starts hearing you. There's times where I try to converse with a loved one and they're in a rest chamber on the other side, so they're not available to receive our messages during readings, but their angel is like taking notes. Like everything that we're relaying, the angel is right in front of me, and I can't go any further, but I can relay the messages to that person's guardian angel. So you don't ever have to worry that your messages aren't getting through to anyone. And that's a pretty awesome thing. So just before we move forward in conversing with Jesus, I don't know what he's going to say today. I haven't got a clue. And I'm going to be taking some of your questions afterwards as well. Happy birthday! I see you, you little rascal. It was your birthday yesterday. And I hope you had a wonderful day. And Mama's back here on the hot seat, so don't you worry. I love that. Okay, so if some of you are wondering where to reach me through Instagram, you can come follow me. I love putting up reviews. I love putting up pictures and videos and content. I love putting up who I'm going to be channeling next. Also in Intuitive Angel Messages, where we are here on Facebook, for example, you can go under events and you can check out where all of the upcoming lives will be located, so you can see what's coming up. And last but least, I just like to put up that if you're interested in having some development of your mediumship abilities, you can come over to my website, where you can go to KristinDaviesMedium.com and you can click on services, and you can click on the name and then read up on it. I'm offering mediumship training there as well. It's not a course, but it is one-on-one with me, and there will be a set amount of practice time along with 15 pre-recorded video material and ebook. So there's a lot being offered, and showing how to use angel cards, etc. Okay, so next week, myself and Ashley Cunningham are going to be coming on live with each other. And it's really exciting because we are going to be talking about our guardian angels. And we are talking about our guardian angels from the viewpoint of more intimate, more one-on-one, more detailed questions, okay? And the detailed questions are located under the event on my business page, Kristin Davies, and also in Intuitive Angel Messages under events. So you can read what we're going to be asking. And of course, we'll take your questions too. What does my guardian angel look like? Okay, didn't know really at first, but I could hear her at first. And then my clairvoyance came on, because it's the next thing that you develop. Some of us have it right out the gate. Some of us have claircognizance, ideas, images, thoughts, information that just pop into your head. Where did it come from? Clairsentience, feeling in the body. And then there's clairaudience, and then there's clairvoyance. Some people also have a real good sniffer on them, and they can smell when a loved one's fragrance is around them, or a certain smell when their angels are around them. I once had a friend of mine, her mom had her favorite flower, and me and my friends started to smell that flower, the iris, right there. And I knew her mom was right there. And then I started channeling her mom. So it was just, what is it? It's confirmation. It's a series of different things that unfold that you can't deny. We're all channeling all the time. It's just we're maybe unconsciously channeling versus consciously channeling. So here's what my guardian angel looks like. For real. I know this is Kate Blanchett, but really, I'm not kidding. She's stoic. She often jokes that this is what she looks like, except she doesn't have the pointy ears. And she's very wise. And there's times where, I ask for her opinion, and I ask for, what does she see coming forward? And you're going to get that feedback. But yeah, so I often say, my guardian angel looks like Galadriel from Lord of the Rings. But honestly, that's what she looks like. Okay. But, I can't wait to ask her in front of everybody, why are you portraying yourself to look like this? in the upcoming next Sunday Funday on October 20th, when myself and Ashley Cunningham come live together. Ashley's also got her own YouTube channel, and you can check that out at Ashley Cunningham. Yes, a lot of people smell roses when Mother Mary comes around, or also they smell roses when the angels come around. It's pretty magnificent. So what do you feel around and within your vessel when Jesus comes around you? I'd love to see what you guys type, even if you feel nothing. Because really, I felt nothing for a long time because I just was like not going to connect there. It was an easier stretch for me to connect with my team of angels, with Archangel Michael. So for me, it was like, nah, not interested. So while you guys are typing what you feel when Jesus comes around you, I'm going to, you feel nothing. All right, great. I mean, I felt nothing too. So what do I feel now versus then? And maybe also be aware that maybe you feel nothing because you don't really know what to look for. So that's why I want to start this conversation up, so that you have an idea of what to look for in the future. And your heart chakra opening, a lot of love in your heart, peaceful, pulling up and down of energy up and down your spine. I feel warmth on my back when Jesus connects with me. Another person says nothing. Love, they feel love. Okay, perfect. I felt nothing as well. Now, when my angels would expand their energy, and you can ask your angels, I'm ready to feel your energy. I'd like you to expand your energy. But what is your homework when you ask this? To sit quietly with a quiet mind and just observe and feel the energy in the room. If you're ramped up and you're busy, or maybe you're low vibrational, having a hard day, maybe not the time to practice feeling things. When you're having a good day and you're high vibrational, and this is more peaceful and quiet, and you really focus in on stillness, that's a great time to feel their vibrational frequency. So you're more like higher vibrational, so you're closer to their frequency, so it's not as much of a stretch to feel their energy. Oh, isn't that interesting? You smell a very quick scent. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a large part too. You feel a lot of things, but you're not sure what you're feeling or what you're identifying exactly. Okay, so a blissful wave. Yeah. And you've also experienced him in 2 dreams. Awesome. Yeah, you feel warm patches on your arm. Yep, absolutely. Oh, I love it. You feel excited and your heart starts to beat faster. Exactly. Just observe. Just observe. Like, so if you closed your eyes and say your grandma walked in the room and stood right next to you looking at you, at some point, you're probably going to sense her energy there, whether she's in a body or out of a body. I'm using grandma as an example. So all you have to do is sit back and relax and still your mind and observe. And the more you practice that, the more you will start to sense and feel. You can even ask them, I'm not feeling you. Can you expand your energy further? Can you come closer? I need you to ramp it up. You can ask these things. You can ask for them to do this, and they will. So here we go. When Jesus comes in, what do I feel? I feel warmth. It feels like energy is opened up above me, usually above me. Usually is actually in that corner. I don't know why. This is a good spot. And so it's like sunlight coming down on my vessel. But again, if this is racing a lot, or you're just having one of those days where it's not a good day, you're probably maybe not going to feel that. But as you practice, your channels open and expand. What are your channels? What am I talking about? I'm talking about your chakras, primarily your upper chakras, as that's where they come to communicate, right in here. So we've got your crown chakra, your third eye, which comes out the back. Your throat chakra comes out the back. Heart chakra comes out the back. So they can access either side of you. Ear chakras, okay? Other times you might get a lot of pressure on the side of your head. You might get ear ringing. You might have a complete silence. Another time, Mary Magdalene came up behind me and ear muffed me just to get my attention. Oh, okay. So I turn around and see who's there with me. I love that. Observe, don't project. Yes. So just observe. You don't have to get it right or wrong. It doesn't matter if you get it right or wrong. What matters is that you practice and that you have high vibrational frequency that is all around you to connect with. And it's a beautiful thing. I love it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree. Try to practice in those quiet moments. Oh, I love it. So the other thing I feel is more of a masculine energy rather than a feminine energy with Jesus. I feel warmth that starts out and it comes down over my body. And as he moves closer, I'll feel this pressure and warmth around my body wherever his energy is. Usually it's up my back, my neck, and the back of my head. However, other times he's right beside me. Other times I'll feel tingling and itching right into my ear canal. And then I know that energy is coming into my ear canal, and this energy is Jesus' energy, and it's forming words. So then I quiet my mind and I allow the words to form. Is it always going to sound like Jesus? Hello, Kristin, how are you? No, it's not. It's going to be his energy, his frequency for those of you starting out, and it will form words in your mind with your internal voice. Why is that? Let's ask him. Why is it that we start off with our own internal voice rather than your pitch and tone? It takes time to adjust to the frequency in which you are channeling. And he's kind of chuckling, and he's also saying that it's also because they don't want to overwhelm or overstimulate us, okay? Like, if I had like Archangel Michael talking to me, and then I got my guardian angel Agnes, and I'm new, fresh out the gate, and this is all new to me, I'm probably not going to be super comfy with that. I'll be honest. So yeah, it's overstimulating. So it's very gentle. It's very much not you forming the words. So who is? You can ask, and they'll let you know who's forming the words, and it will start with your own internal voice forming them in your mind. But again, if you've just had a ton of sugar or caffeine, maybe that's not the time to practice, because your adrenal glands are pumping, your mind's racing, and it's maybe not the best time. So it's when you first wake up from a nap, first wake up in the morning, first come out of a meditation, and you're nice and relaxed. Yeah. Yep. Great idea to write down the messages that you're channeling. And at first, it's not going to be a big, long, drawn out sentence. It's probably going to be a few words of loving encouragement or just love for you. 99% of the time, we love you. It's going to be an outside energy talking to you, whereas the ego is more me, I, low vibrational. Okay, so we don't need to even give that energy. Okay. Sweet. It takes time for your channels, your chakras to open. And if you want them to open, okay, if you want to be cleared of any low vibrational frequency, think it or ask it out loud or write it down. They'll hear it, and then it's going to happen. So that's another thing you can ask for. I'm ready to open and expand my upper chakras. Now, if the pressure becomes too much, because it may very well, then ask them to step back. Trust me on that one. If you start getting regular headaches and head pressure, ask them to step back. They'll still keep opening your upper chakras, but they will ease it up, ease back a bit. But you can ask for this. And you can ask to be, really, they're just going to really start to transmute the heaviness and the density from you. And that will come up to the surface. You may start to think about things that you haven't thought about in many years and you don't know why. Well, it's coming up to the surface and they're transmuting it. All right. And then you'll remind yourself that you asked for that. Okay, so let's start channeling, because I love channeling and I love to learn and grow with everybody else from these high vibrational beings of light and love, which is what we are, P.S., housed temporarily in these vessels. Okay, so let's see what Jesus would like to say. He says, thank you, dear one. Thank you, everyone. He's just doing that. It is an honor to be able to converse through this dear one today. She is a bright light upon this earth plane. Know this. Oh, he's putting so much in my head at once here. Many of you are speaking of my return, and he's smiling warmly. He says, I've always been here. However, I will be returning with more of my frequency, more of my energy, along with my team of angels. I am not the only one coming. There are many high vibrational ET energies here. Many more are coming. Also, there are other archangels that we have not yet interacted with that are coming. And the sole intention is to lift and raise the vibrational frequency here on the earth plane throughout each of its inhabitants and the earth herself. He's really looking forward to this. And he has that look in his eye, like he's ready. Okay? Some of you are curious about my connection with this second coming through the Bible. I am returning. I am coming. And he's saying it with quotations, since he's always been here. He's just going to bring more of his energy here, along with his team. Some of you are curious if I am here in physical form. Yes, I am. Some of you are curious to know if I am, when I bring more of my energy and returning, if I will be incarnating also in another physical form. And the answer is yes. So he's using a saying that I say when I say you're covering it from all angles. So he's kind of cracking one, saying that he's going to cover all of us, the planet, and all of the inhabitants from all angles. Okay. So, okay, I'll just let him continue talking. No. Okay. So he knows I have a question. So he's already here in a vessel, and he's going to be coming back even more so, and also returning in another vessel. How many vessels are you going to be like within my lifetime? Let's go with that. Within my lifetime, he's just laughing. How many vessels are you going to be inhabiting to? Okay. He's in a female right now, a female vessel. Again, I've seen this before, and I see this person being in India. And so this person that you will be inhabiting this vessel in the future, which country will that be in? I think you've answered that before, though. Let's see what he says. United States. Yeah. And okay. Love it. Yeah. So some people can't understand how our souls can be in more than one body in one lifetime. But that is absolutely possible. Do you want to answer anything on that one about being in multiple vessels? He's just smiling. It's very possible. Although many souls choose to incarnate, he says most souls choose to incarnate in one vessel at one within the span of one lifetime. He's trying to word this because our soul it's always in flux, and it's in all these vessels learning, right? There is no linear time for them. So, but a few souls choose to incarnate in up to 2 vessels in one span of a lifetime. He's trying to word it. Okay. In the span of one experience on Earth, 2 vessels. Okay. At the same time. So, and I get a feeling like the souls that are coming into 2 vessels on the Earth plane are maybe ready for that, or have practiced and they're adjusted and they can handle that. This is correct. Yes. Okay. Love it. Now, okay, so I'm just going to let him continue talking and relaying what he'd like to relay. Incarnating on Earth is a blessing. There are many activities and experiences that you get to enjoy within your human vessel. So please enjoy yourselves within your vessel, while he's also really emphasizing self-love. Some of us need to go down a path that leads into habitual activities, addictions, lower vibrational path, a darker path. And then this helps us to, well, if we choose to, turn back towards the light, move into a higher vibrational direction, treating our bodies with more love and more care. And this is really important. I love that. So while you're in this vessel, there is only one. This is it. How you treat it, what you put in it, even how you talk about it, how you think about it is of the utmost importance. It's the most important. Yeah, I agree. I really agree. Okay. Okay. The amount of peace that comes from this being is so incredible. It's just like eternal peace in the most immense way. Like you could just dive into it and stay there forever. It's so peaceful. Oh, man. Okay. So I'm going to take some questions, and I am going to try to get to as many questions as possible. I usually aim for the ones that are going to be beneficial for everyone. And I'm really aiming for questions that are more detailed. So was Anna your grandmother? Because I believe there's a book that is out with that information. I'm getting yes. Mm-hmm. His facial expression is yes, like this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Try not to compare yourself to other people, because some people have been practicing for years how to channel, and other people are new to it. So it just takes practice. It takes practice and learning. So I'm assuming that the way that I teach my mediumship for beginners is different than everyone else's, because I'm really following what I've been guided to do by my team of angels. So the guidance that they're relaying is what I'm teaching in the mediumship for beginners. What they see is important and how to practice. And I, for me, unless it's like really detailed and it's going to be purposeful and you're really going to get it and learn, even if you walk away with just knowing how to use angel cards and you know that the answers to look for within your vessel, okay, how they're responding with yes and no responses in your body, that's the most important. And then you start to feel their energy and their presence around you, and you know what you're looking for. So it's really important. More hands-on, and I want people to get it. All right, where are we heading here? All right. All right, Miss Bailey, what can we do to learn and grow without having as much fear? He says, hand it off to your team of angels repeatedly as it enters your mind, as you feel it within your vessel. So hand it off, give it away. If you're worried about school, you're worried about money, you're worried about whatever, it doesn't matter. You probably do this like 25 times a day. You're going to do it till you're so done. But what you're going to realize is just how much is going on in your head. And it's a lot. It is a lot. And so it's really important to hand that off. Okay, so what other things can people do? Grounding yourself often, like lots of grounding. Outdoors, rose quartz on your lap. also helps to ground. Ask the earth to ground you. Pink Himalayan salt lamp also is very grounding. Whatever you do, ground yourself all the time. Okay, so when you know you're not grounded, he says, is when your mind starts to race and it starts to fixate on certain ideas and topics that are no longer of benefit or good for you. Important then at that time to be aware of this. Send those thoughts to your angels, and then move in the direction of grounding yourself. When you're grounded, you're more at peace. You're in the present moment. Your thoughts aren't moving all over the place. Yeah. So, Liz, the question is absolutely yes. I've asked that question before with Jesus, if he had children, and yes, he absolutely did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I've asked him several times. And actually, there's several people that I've met over this past 2 years, probably about 6 people that he has been very drawn to because he's had many incarnations with them. And some of them have played, we play our parts. So whether it's your child or friend or whatever, a few people have played his child in several lifetimes. Yeah, isn't that great? Okay, so yeah, so if you are, whomever you're talking to when you're asking, my team of angels, please take this, they'll take it. If you feel like this warmth and this light opens up on you, then you've likely also got Jesus there. You can also ask and then quiet your mind and allow them to put the answer in your head. Okay? Yeah. So, if you're getting repeated dreams, then I would say that is a sign. Just like if you see coins or you see feathers or you see whatever you're seeing or number sequences. 333 this morning. There you go. Couldn't be more clear. Yeah, that's a sign. Love it. Ooh, jumping in off the deep end. So here's a question for all of us. I see Paul's question, but will some of us be incarnating regularly into future lifetimes, and you will be working with us either within a vessel or on the other side? He's saying yes, both. He's saying that when his energy, as I call it, ramps up and starts to permeate the planet even more so, there will be more of his energy to help more light workers on the planet. And that's what he's calling us, as light workers, those who are helping others. But also he's talking about his energy will also be able to help everyone who calls upon him even more so. It's almost like he's showing me like him branching out and reaching more of us and being more hands-on. And so, yeah, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Love it. Ooh, yes, great question. What are some of the more notable changes in society that we will notice as your energy? Well, really, his energy has been building here for a few years now. Okay, so everybody thinks 2021. This is it. This is when it's going to happen. But he's been sorry, he's laughing at me. But basically, it's been building for some time. So what 2021 is his energy, what, peaking? Is that what we want to say it is? Yes, peaking, yes. And there's been a few times where I was like, where's Jesus? Twice in the last 2 years. Where is he? He was gone for a month. And Archangel Michael really stepped up and told me that he's resting. I said, resting? I didn't know he rested. And he said, yes, he's resting as he needs to rest as he's getting ready to ramp up his energy here on Earth. Ready. And I'm like, oh, okay. So there was a moment twice for a month where he was nowhere to be seen. I'd call upon him. He wasn't there. Archangel Michael would step in and answer my questions instead of him. So what are some of the notable changes that are going to happen coming into 2021? He says that it all depends on where our own frequency is. If we are heavier in vibrational frequency, then we may not feel anything or notice anything. And we'll actually look at people. He says, these people will actually maybe look at me, okay? Or those who are channeling him as, woo-woo, or, oh, that's just hogwash, okay? He's saying hogwash. So if you're heavier in vibrational frequency, you're not going to notice anything or feel anything, most likely. But there's always an opening to move towards the light. He's smiling warmly. So that is of our own free will choosing. We can focus on the heaviness in life, focus on the negative aspects in life, or we can choose to transmute the heaviness, ask for help, and move in a direction that is more light-filled. All right, so now he really wants to talk about those of us that are, he's even saying, like, we may not be perfect, okay? Hi, vibrational, I'm perfect. I'm super high vibrational, okay? That's me. But you're working on yourself. You care and you notice when your mood or your frequency or the energy in your body kind of tanks, and you do something about it. So that's, I think, really what matters most, isn't it? And yeah, he agrees with that. It is what matters most. You notice your frequency. So those of us who are higher in vibrational frequency will, he's talking about getting a taste or getting a dusting, just a dust, a dusting of his frequency. This is going to start gradual with each of you. It's not wise to have things happen very fast and quickly. They wish to make things more comfortable for each of us, physically, emotionally, mentally, also for our energy bodies. It's really important to be gradual, to have this gradual. And so when I search for that answer as to why, he's saying that his energy will be very expansive and our vessels, our emotions, may not be able to handle this amount of high vibrational frequency. Awesome. I'm just going to briefly interject in saying that there are times where I channel him through readings, or I'll channel him on camera. You guys have seen me, and I'm basically going to bawl my eyes out. There isn't anything I can do about it. It just comes on like that because it's so high vibrational and so love filled that all I can do is cry. So, you know, I'm okay with the slow dusting. Dust away. I like dusting. Dusting's great. So, okay. So what else is going to happen coming up to 2021? For those of you that are working on your frequencies, raising of your frequencies, aware of your own internal frequency, your energy, your moods, your thoughts, your vibrational frequency, you will become bit by bit more aware of my energy. So some of the ways that we're going to notice are, and I noticed this in the middle of 2017 when he started to really ramp his energy up. I was like, wow, like the light coming through the window, everything seemed really highlighted visually for me, really visually highlighted and like amazing. And what else was there? What else is there? Just, yes, overall feeling of euphoria from time to time. Yeah, euphoria. Oh, yes. He's also saying like even the food we're going to be eating is going to taste really incredible. It encompasses all aspects, all areas of you and your life experience and experiences. Oh, he's also talking about even touch will be more intimate. So all the senses will be heightened. Yeah. He's also talking about the thoughts in which we house within our minds. It will become increasingly difficult for those of us who are on this path of wishing to raise our vibrational frequency and working on it. It will become increasingly difficult to house low vibrational thoughts and thinking. So if you turn towards complaining in your mind or a heavy type of thought, it will feel really uncomfortable. So where your frequency is and this thought that's down here, there will be that kickback of, oof, this doesn't feel good. And you'll turn in a higher vibrational direction. Awesome. He says that not everything is going to be always high vibrational. And being here on Earth is meant to teach us many lessons through the dips. So you got the dips, okay? The dips and like the drops. But there will be lesser moments of dropping in frequency with his arrival. Awesome. That's awesome. Oh, he's still going, so here I go. How do I know he still wants to talk? I feel pressure on the back of my head. It tells me his energy is leaning in and it's still talking. So it's up to me to be the still observer of what he's saying. Globally, he wants to talk about there's going to be a lot of people that are in power, a lot of people who have power and money and the means, and their darkness. Okay, So anything that is in the dark will be highlighted and brought up to the surface into the light, and will be exposed. And we're going to see more and more and more of that moving forward. And those of us who are walking a path that is transparent and in the light for all to see, but mainly he's talking about those of us who are just high vibrational and just in the light. This will also be very accentuated and highlighted, and many will be drawn to you. Many will be drawn to you. I like that. So, so remember these words, everyone. So moving forward in your own day-to-day lives, if you find that a lot of people are drawn to you, you know why. All right. Katya, today we're just going to work on questions that are going to be for everybody. So if you have a question that's for everyone, please feel free to go ahead and post that. Yeah. So, I love it. Okay. So when Jesus is in his body, okay, will this person know that they are Jesus reincarnated? I've never had that question asked before. There's always an undercurrent, a still knowing, always. And as the individual opens and expands, and this isn't just for his energy within this vessel, this is for each of us, by the way. And as this energy opens and expands and becomes more conscious and more awake and more aware, it will begin to sought after, locate, where it comes from, who it is, temporarily housed within its vessel. He's talking about his name, Jesus. Okay, some of us call Jesus, some of it Yeshua. So that was the name he was given in one lifetime, but he's been in many, 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 many lifetimes. So he says it would be like Kristin, and then Kristin leaves and everybody only knows me as Kristin. There's going to be, wow. There already is an awakening happening on the planet, but he's talking about, okay. I know what you're showing me, but it's pretty full on. So, okay, can you simplify it and slow it down for me? Okay, word for word, and then I got the imagery. The imagery was full on, full throttle. Okay. So as we move along in lifetime after lifetime, what we're called and the expectations of us to be what others think we should be, the knowledge of ourselves and who we are will become much more expansive. So we may call ourselves Kristin or Jesus in that lifetime, or we may choose to call ourselves by our soul's name, or we may choose something else. It's already beginning on the planet with those who wish to be called he, she, or they, different pronouns, different frequency housed within a certain body. So if you're in a female body, but your energy feels more masculine, then you will become who you wish to become. He's using this as an example. Ultimately, though, what is most important is to always follow your internal guidance system. Okay? Always, 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 always. Boy, have I learned. For this is where you are strongly guided in each and every single moment, in each and every single lifetime. And you are always connected through your internal guidance system. And if you are not connected and you are not accustomed to going within, I suggest that you begin practicing often. He's using the words strongly suggest, practicing often. Okay. So he's on the earth right now. So, and then he's going to be coming back into another body. Is this your first time coming back to earth since being Jesus? No, I didn't think so. No. Ooh, is Mary Magdalene going to be incarnating with you in the future as well, in lifetimes together? He says it's still yet to be determined, but it is very likely. And he's smiling, and you can tell that he's wanting that to be so. But it depends, he says, on what is needed on the planet at that moment. He says everything is in flux. So it is dependent upon what is needed globally in that moment on the planet, based on many things, he says. I just really call on him, you can just call on him. And it was so funny because in the beginning I didn't want to call on him, and it took me a month to think about it. And then I said, okay. I literally said to him, I'm going to give you, this is how I was back then, okay? So please don't judge me. But I said, I'm going to give you a month to see what you can help me with and what you can do with me. Like, how can you help me in my life? What is going to be the benefit, right? This is my mindset back then. And so it was like, I gave him a month. And it's so silly. But a lot of things happened. A lot of things transpired. And when it was all said and done, I was like, yeah. And it wasn't just things outside of myself that transpired. It's the shift that happened within me. My mood improved. My thoughts were more high vibrational. And I just want to tell everybody this, because I haven't said this to many people yet. But, I have channeled him many times on my YouTube channel, Kristin Davies. And people who have come and watched that over time, I end up getting emails from them, and I end up hearing what has happened to them when they watch me channeling him. Because you're not just watching me channel him, he's actually infusing his energy through the camera, helping you lift in vibration, helping to wash away that which is no longer needed, any heaviness. And the stories that I have heard from people emailing me are incredible. like they'll be midway watching me channel him, and they're falling to their knees, and they know Jesus has come in right behind them. They start bawling their eyes out, and they can feel Jesus taking some heaviness, like pulling heaviness off their back. So when you choose to connect with this frequency, be prepared to have an amazing, amazing time and learn a lot and have magnificent growth in your life and have any density removed from your life. That's why I love to channel him and bring him forward, because I can see what he's done for me. I can see what he's done for so many people who have messaged me, and I want to help everyone have this energy working on their side, working with them. But it's the beautiful thing here on earth. It's called free will. So it's your free will consent as to whether or not you're going to work with your team of angels, whether you're going to work with Jesus, whether you're going to work with Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene, or your Pleiadian family, or however. I do know that our souls make agreements before we come into this life experience as well. And so, a lot of times I see ET energy hanging out with a person, and the agreement is that this ET energy that the person has incarnated with is family members from other lifetimes, and they're there to help the person in this lifetime. And it's really fascinating to see how that's ramping up. They're all coming. When people say, are ETs here? Yes. Are they helping us? Yes. Oh, big time yes. And this lifetime is a pivotal, it feels very pivotal. Like, why are we getting so many more angels? Why am I seeing so many more high vibrational ETs? They're all coming to help us. It's fantastic. Oh, good, Magdalene. Yeah, we had a discussion about what you can ask for. You can ask to have the dense vibrational frequency in your life neutralized, if you'd like. I said to my guardian angel, okay, what's the difference between asking for lower vibrational frequency to be neutralized versus having it removed and transmuted? And she says, oh, it's just easier for us to neutralize it. I was like, okie doke. So me and Magdalene were talking about that, and I said, well, ask that in your entire home. Neutralize. Let's do it. And obviously it's working. I've asked for this in my own life, and I see it work. Mm-hmm. So how did you pull off these miracles when you were in a physical form as Jesus? I've never asked him that question. Okay. So he prepared for that lifetime as Jesus. Okay. It wasn't like he was just like, head on in. He was very, very prepared and equipped for that lifetime. He was very advanced, and then he came back into that lifetime to help and assist. He had a strong connection with the high vibrational frequencies, with God, if you want to say light and love, source, universal oneness. It's everywhere. Okay, so if we just want to say light and love, he was able to connect with that very easily. He was able to see through the veil, 100% see through the veil. So he had these abilities, and he had the connection with the high vibrational frequency that allowed him to manifest whichever desired outcome he wished. He was very heart-centered and very connected through his heart to the high vibrational frequency of love, knowing he was a part of this frequency of love. He is a spark of this frequency of love. So if you don't want to say God, that's fine. Say love. When he comes back in these future lifetimes, he's going to teach others how to connect with this frequency and come from the heart center and manifest, or if you wish to say co-create, high vibrational outcomes with many others on the planet by way of healings, channeling, connecting with this high vibrational frequency that surrounds us at all times. Now he's smiling warmly. And it really does. I can speak for myself in saying that there's just high vibrational frequency all around us. So don't get fixated on the depths, because it is so minute in comparison to this high vibrational frequency everywhere. And, put your intentions out. Set up your intentions. Set up your boundaries. And then walk forward and don't look back. Because I've never seen the archangels or the ascended masters or my angels fearful or scared. Ever. I literally was like, for years, like, well, I guess I'm on my own fucking island here of being worried and scared all the time. And what's the point in that? There's no life to live. You're not living life. So transmute or neutralize that. And, it's always, you're always readjusting. Okay, here, okay, and that feels better. Now moving here. Okay, that's coming in. But just being aware. Absolutely, Judy. Should we just focus on our own journey or try to encourage others with theirs? Some people are just not there yet. Amen. Wish them well. Send them love and light. Walk your own path. Shine the light brightly. It's a domino effect. The energy coming off you is going to emanate out and affect everyone around you. So ultimately, you walking your own path is going to directly affect those around you anyways. And just send them light. Absolutely. Okay. There are a lot of questions. If you have a question, ask the question. Ask them directly. Then sit quietly. Because the answer's not coming from you. So just detach and sit quietly. And let the answer come in your vessel. You might get a yes, 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 or a no, no, no. Or you don't hear anything, and that's fine, because you'll feel it. You'll feel it coming right through your heart chakra or your solar chakra. Open, relaxed is a yes. Closed tight back is a no. How can Jesus help in our spiritual growth? He says, simply ask. Ask and ye shall receive. He's like acting like it's going to be it'll be surprising for you. He's not going to relay everything that he will help you with. He will amplify and raise up the vibrational frequency within you. Yeah, so that's the number one thing. People that are awakening, that want to go on a spiritual path, they want to go on that path because they're starting to feel like they're moving in a higher vibrational direction. But if you're sinking down and you're in the trenches and you're just, woe is me, pity party for one, life's hard, complaining all the time, fixating on the drama in your life, the complaining of others, the complaining out of your own mouth, you're probably not going to be that interested on a spiritual path anyways. So I think really he's going, like he just said, he's going to lift and raise up your vibrational frequency by way of how you feel and the thoughts that are rotating in your mind. And he's also saying cleansing of your energy. I love that. Well, it depends on the type of meditation. A lot of us may not work well with just sitting quietly and meditating. I love transcendental meditation. So I use a mantra that helps me go deeply. And a lot of the times I have to go lay down and have a sleep afterwards. Other people like to play music. But if you could be riding a bike, you could be doing dishes, you could be jogging. You know what meditation is? Ultimately, it's creating long, or not trying to create, but having long moments where your mind is more still and quiet. You might still have some thoughts that pop in here and there, but overall it's more zen and peaceful and quiet in your mind. That's meditating. Oh my God. Crystal, absolutely. Do our angels laugh with us when we make jokes with them? Oh my gosh. Sometimes my angel will roll her eyes. Other times she's laughing with me. Some angels come through as being more laughing, and some are a little bit more stoic and a little bit more serious. It's what you need in your lifetime in the moment. If you need laughter, they're going to be doing that whole approach. Mine is more like Galadriel, like more serious. She can use wit and humor from time to time, but it's not her sole focus. Some angels will come through and they're really strongly guiding the person, whereas my angel kind of hangs back and she'll step in and give me guidance, and then she allows me to just go ahead and choose if I'm going to follow her or not. And pretty much when I don't follow what she's guided me in that moment, I'm kicking myself. And I should have listened to Agnes. But she allows me just that free range to learn and make mistakes. And then those mistakes are what teach me to listen to her. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If I complain a lot about something and it's like the same topic over and over, this is what I get from an angel. Like that. She won't even talk to me. She's just like, there you go again on the same topic, and you're asking my opinion on this. So she'll do that at first, and then I'm like, no, I need to hear it again. Then she'll go and relay the same guidance again. Seriously, when you're connecting in and conversing with high vibrational frequency all the time, you just want to laugh all the time, and you want to be, oh, well, thank you. You want to laugh and you just feel more high vibrational. It just makes life have that nice quality to it. Am I super peppy and perky all the time? No, No, I'm not. Welcome to Earth. Nothing's perfect here, so don't even bother trying. But when I am on a roll, I'm on a roll, and I'm making little quips and jokes and cracking them, and oh my God. And then, don't even get me started when Archangel Michael gets going. So he can make some jokes too, and then that really gets me going. How can we see our angels? Did I see my angels outside my head? Yes. I saw their sparkle glimmer trails. I'll see like a bright flash of white light. I'll see glitter or type of white orb or glitter trails off the corner. In the beginning, it was all in my peripheral. Or I'd be watching TV, but I see this whole shimmer trail go above the television. Another time I was in the kitchen with a friend, and we watched this white, thick, white, like this, right between the two of us. I'm like, did you just see that? She's like, yeah, did you just see that? So you'll see it in different ways, or certain sense. And then as your mind relaxes and you get out of your own way and you don't fixate on thinking all the time and worrying all the time, and you have more space. And the only way that worked for me was when my angels asked me to hand off my low vibrational thinking. So when that happened, it freed up room in my head, and I was like, wow, it's so peaceful and quiet in here now. I was like, it's my mind now. It's mine. It's not the low vibrational thoughts who are running my show anymore. And then that allowed me to relax more. And then I could just see the angels' faces and such. And then you keep practicing channeling, and your channels open, your chakras open, and then you get more visuals and you get more details. Some of them are pretty intense. Like when an angel looks you in the eyes, it's pretty full throttle. There are times where I literally look away. But, they're just immense beings of light and love. So I learn and grow, and then I hold eye contact longer. Oh, that's wonderful, Osiris. Yeah. It started for me more the peripheral. Then I was getting the full. And then for me, my strongest clair has always been clairsentience. So I know when I got a whole bunch of energies out on my patio that want to talk to me. And in my mind, I can hear this. Can we come in? Yes. So they just want to have a chat with me. They want to give me their feedback. They want to give me their wisdom. Jesus doesn't knock. He just comes in. Jesus doesn't ask to come in. He just comes in. And he has a word with me. And then he never usually stays for a long period of time. Usually maybe like 10 minutes, unless I'm conversing with someone that he really wants to relay a lot of messages to, then he'll stay longer. But he'll say what he needs to say, and then he moves off. And he's busy, is the gist I'm getting. Would you say that? Is that why you don't stay for a long period of time? Yes. Yeah. He comes to those who need him. So call upon him if you need him, and he will come. Some souls need him more than others. So obviously I don't need him a whole lot to hang around a whole lot. I love when Spirit puts me on the spot to relay certain experiences and stories, because then you guys can learn through my experiences. And then I love to hear your experiences, because I learn through your experiences too. Yeah. It's glimmer central. It's really like seeing their energy trail. Other times, if I relax my eyes and I'm looking at a plant and I just tune out, and I have a soft glance at the plant. I'm not staring at the plant. I'm just tuning out, like you did in high school. You can see the energy around the plant. Okay. You guys know what I'm talking about. Some people do this with their fingers and they can see the energy crossing between both their fingers. Usually better behind a black screen. But picture, you can feel where your angels are. Okay. You can feel where they are, or you just relax your vision and you'll be able to see their energy in the room. It's like when I was in the hospital and I was asking for healings, and I asked Archangel Raphael to come to me and heal me. So I had the curtain across and I saw this head and shoulders of energy coming over the screen, coming down to my body, and then it disappeared right into my body, into my abdomen, which is where I was needing the healing. So that was Archangel Raphael. It's not that I just see it and say, oh, that's that Archangel Raphael. I'm actually feeling his frequency. I know what he feels like. So get accustomed to knowing what these different energies feel like. So you will for sure know when Jesus walks in the room, or Raphael or Michael. Nice. Everybody's talking about how they feel their angels. You get like it shivers or chills down one part of your body where they are located. Oh yeah, I love sparkly things too. It's just ridiculous. Light-filled things, sparkly things. I think that is also because I see a lot of different colors and light in my mind when they come to frequent and visit me and talk through me. The angel's eyes sometimes are a color I've never seen before. And sometimes they're just so much depth and just a deep pool of amazingness. Other times Archangel Michael will look at me and it's swirling stars or galaxies. It's not like they're just looking at you. They're looking through you. They're looking at your soul. They're looking at your vibrational frequency. They don't really need to try really hard to do that. It's just easy for them. And it's easy for them to telepathically communicate with each other very quickly. They just look at each other or project where they want, whomever they want to talk to. I'm talking to whoever, and they relay large amounts of information to each other. Sometimes I'll pick up on it, and other times they cut me out entirely. I'm not meant to hear it. I'm like, come on. I'm like the little kid left out. Other times they'll put in like 5 sentences into my head in one go. And, so then I have to ask them to slow it down and give it to me sentence by sentence. That expansion of seeing much more than what we are in a physical body in the future of what Jesus had just explained. He was just showing the connectedness of all the energies around us, of who we really are. So we will be in a physical form, but we will be able to connect and interact and know much more of. Because have any of you ever wondered why you're born into this vessel, but you don't remember anything before birth? Most of us don't even remember our younger years, and we don't remember where did we come from. Does anybody ever question that? I sure have. So gradually, as we're ready for that and connecting, we get more and more information, bits and pieces. And then moving forward into the lifetimes ahead, we will connect more and more with where we come from. You're cracking me up, Magdalene. I know Jesus is here because my husband and my son are out cold. Peaceful time for you. Woohoo! Oh my gosh. Marianne, Jesus is performing miracles all the time. Even now, He's performed how many different miracles in my own life? Oh my goodness. Just in ways that you can't even imagine. I just forget to, I just honestly, I just don't even try to imagine how they will bring certain things into my life. So I make a request and I leave it up to them, because quite honestly, it's been jaw-dropping / shocking as to what I see transpire in my life. It's like one big miracle. It's a miracle I'm even sitting here because of the surgeries I've had. I mean, and the beautiful thing with the angels and the archangels is that they never tell me what to do, because, you know, the indigo in me wouldn't listen to anybody trying that anyways. But they show me outcomes. And it's always down to my free will in this free will zone. That's the whole point and purpose of incarnating here. So they give you, they give suggestions. But ultimately, if you want to ignore them and railroad right down the wrong path, you can if you want to. But I highly suggest listening to them. And they bring about paths that you've never, ever thought of before. So if you have an issue or a problem in your life, there's always a way. Even if you can't see it, they see it. They always see it. It just blows you away. Yeah, I could go on and on down that path, but I won't. Okay. So are there a few last questions here for Jesus? Feel free to type them. Yeah. You know, like people will have dreams with Jesus in them. People will have experiences where he opens up into physical form right before them. I haven't had that. What I've had is his energy opening and expanding. He comes right in to talk with me right beside me, and it's so strong. I got to hang on to a piece of furniture, or he'll open up his energy and just wash down such love and peace over me and the person in front of me that we end up just bawling our eyes out. So those are the experiences I've had. Ooh, great question. Do you recommend fasting for spiritual growth? Fasting is one path that may resonate with you. But what he really recommends is eating a high vibrational diet with like a whole food diet. So any of the processed foods, the junk foods, the sugary foods, the deep fried foods, the low vibrational foods, this is what he'd like us to sweep out of our diets. So eating foods that have a lot of energy, that are really good for us, each thing that you eat has an energy, and then you go and put that in your body, and then that affects your energy. So it's really important what you put in your body. And, some of us like to have a treat here and there, but ultimately aim to have your main meals healthy and high vibrational. Pardon me? Okay. Yeah, that's a great question. Is everybody going to know it's you when you come back in a vessel in the future? No. And he doesn't want it to be known as him. He's not interested in that type of exposure. Also, when he's in his vessel, it'll take some time to open and expand and awaken to know the depths of who he really is. Okay. He's also talking about he's not interested in that type of exposure, but he will step forward and he will help many people as that person on the planet, just like he's doing right now in the female vessel in India. He is helping many in India right now. But you won't know, you don't know that that is him in that vessel. It's not about exposure. It's about doing our part, shifting our own frequency upward, working on ourselves, going within, moving in a high vibrational direction, and then indirectly your own frequency will impact those around you, and then helping others around you, if they wish, to raise in their vibrational frequency. That's what it's all about. Wonderful. Wow. That's amazing, Magdalene. Madeline, sorry. I want to call you Magdalene. Not shocking. Mm-hmm. Ooh, great question. Will this new frequency coming onto the planet change the look and appearance of the Earth? Yes. And it's going to change the look and the appearance of the Earth through each of us, taking different action steps individually. Okay, so he's showing me a lot. He's showing me the planet moving into a direction of eco-friendly, sustainable living in all forms, and that will change the imprint that we're leaving on the planet drastically. And this will happen over time in the years to come. So he's using examples of off-the-grid living, battery-operated vehicles. See, this is where I really have to relax my noggin to get, because he's like giving me these massive visuals of the Earth being much cleaner and green and lush, more trees. And then I'm listening to him talk at the same time. Okay. There will be large groups of individuals collectively, globally, that will really do their part in lifting the frequency here on the planet. That's why some individuals are being asked to move out of heavier vibrational frequency locations into higher vibrational locations, pooling the high vibrational frequency together, lifting and raising of the frequency, which affects the global consciousness. And overall, the individuals in these pockets, these locations that are forming right now on the planet, he's saying Vancouver Island is one of those pockets. He's also saying Hawaii. There's a lot of different areas that are building and growing, moving in this direction. Individuals who are living there will raise in vibrational frequency, and they will want to take better care of their vessels. Their diets will change, sustainable living, recycling, eating high vibrational foods, drinking high vibrational water, spring water, taking really good care of their vessels, living longer. Did you just say living longer? Yes. Huh. Well, that makes sense. Lifting, raising the vibrational frequency within each of them, and then pooling out in their local area, and all massively, collectively affecting the collective consciousness on the planet. I love it. Oh, yeah, I bet it's calling. If I was American, I probably would have moved there already, I'll be honest. I don't know if I would have stayed there a long period of time, but I would have given it a go. You bet I would have. It's me and the sandy beaches and the turtles. What's there to think about? But I often jokingly say that I live on the Canadian version of the Canadian Hawaiian version. So the last few words that he would like to relay are soon, soon, soon. This is my message. I am returning in full frequency, full energy soon. He's jokingly looking at his wrist as if he's looking at time, as if time exists on his watch, our calendar time, and he will be fully here and present on the planet globally as of 2021. So he's smirking and saying, so there's just a little over a year left. Everything must be gradual, as his high vibrational frequency. The only way we can do it is gradual. Like he said before, it'll affect us. So everything has to be gradual. Ascension has to be gradual. I think awakening sometimes can be faster for some, but most it's gradual. And his return of his energy will be gradual. He says there are many beings of light and love that he is looking forward to working with, that he is already working with. And many of you, he is looking forward to working with each of you and walking this path side by side, should you wish, should you choose. He says it is an immense honor to be able to channel my words through this dear one. May the light shine brightly throughout each of you eternally, forevermore. Thank you. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you next Sunday with Ashley Cunningham when we channel our guardian angels and ask a lot of detailed questions. Can't wait. And if you guys want to come check out my website, KristinDaviesMedium.com, or if you want to come and check out my Facebook page, it's Kristin Davies page on Facebook. See you.